So Microsoft is finally unveiling its motion controller. It's called the Kotick. But will this new technology revive the struggling gaming industry? Chris Valer is in Los Angeles, right outside the Wilton Theater, with the CEO of Activision, Kotick, to talk all about it and what they're doing right to address these challenges these days. Chris?
Yes. Hey, Lori. We are here with Bobby. Thankful that he's joining us. So the first thing, obviously, because we have this event going on in the background, Sony also introducing kind of its own motion sensor type of thing. What do you think this technology, or how big is this technology really going to be for the industry, especially since we've been seeing lagging sales overall, both in the software and the hardware side?
Well, we come from a different perspective than others because over 60% of our profits come from online-related games. But we love physical interface, whether it's Guitar Hero or Tony Hawk Shred skateboard or DJ Hero. We think physical interface is a really important part of how you bring broader audiences to playing video games. So we're excited about these things.
Are you guys actually forecasting or have any kind of idea of how much it would increase your sales in the physical part of it? Do you start running those numbers right now or not yet?
It's early days. I think you still have to see what kind of customer adoption there is, and prices are really going to be critical to how many units that they'll sell. But I think the trend towards being able to connect more closely with what you see and do on the television is really important. That's bringing in more women as gamers. It's changing the ability for us to really deliver these compelling experiences that are unlike anything we've ever done before.
Now, one of the questions here for you is you recently, the online kind of conversion is really big here. People are talking about how important the online is. You just mentioned 60% of your business comes from that. You told the Wall Street Journal, I think today, that if you could change one thing with your company, it would be that the Call of Duty was an online subscription service. How much do you see the online basis growing part of your business? Like, what percentage of your business do you see coming from online in the next 2 years, say?
So if you think about video games and what makes them really fun to play, one of the really most compelling things is playing against another person. And what we've seen in World of Warcraft or StarCraft or the history of multiplayer games we have like Call of Duty, that ability to be able to play around the world 24 hours a day, 7 days a week against another person, it's something that's so unique in an entertainment experience. That's going to drive a lot of growth in video game sales.
But again, what percentage do you see like your business actually being composed of that in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, I would say you'll probably continue to see over 60% of our profits coming from online-related activities.
One of the things that we've seen really lately happen is kind of the emergence of Apple in the gaming space with the iPad. You guys just recently introduced Guitar Hero, I think, for the iPhone. How much more do you want to develop in this specific space? You guys plan to really expand there, and what percentage of your business do you think will be in that mobile space?
So we've always had the view that we're a platform agnostic company. If you have a display and it has a microprocessor, we want you to be able to play Activision games. The thing, though, that's the most important to us is they have to be fun to play. Really, really fun to play. And so we take a little bit longer than most companies to really figure out these new platforms like the iPad, like the iPhone. But if you saw Steve Jobs' presentation on the new iPhone last week and you saw what we did with Guitar Hero, that's pushing the limit on what the iPhone has ever been able to do as an entertainment device. And that's key to us, is whatever the device is, making sure Activision content is the most fun to play.
Bobby, I have to tell you, there was some epic geekdom there on stage with the Steve Jobs and the Guitar Hero for the iPhone. But let's continue this as far as this Facebook as a platform for gaming. I mean, you see a lot of new startups coming in, Zynga in that space. How much do you guys want to expand in that space? And do you see those companies as any kind of threat to Activision?
No, actually, we think it as a validation of opportunity. I think that Facebook will be a great platform for gaming over time. Now, it's small today, but they're starting to make big investments in offering up opportunities for people to create compelling games on Facebook. Right now, they're more adjacencies for us, so making sure that you can see if your friend is playing at the same time that you are, capturing scores, capturing great moments in your game experience.
But do you see it actually creating a potential revenue stream that's large enough to be significant?
Sure, I think over time, not today, but over time. And I think that,
like, how much time?
Over the next 5 years, I think you'll see it grow to something that could matter. I mean, we're a $13 billion company, so it's going to take a lot before it really can influence our operating profit. But the key is for us, does it offer the opportunity for developers to create compelling games? And we think it does.
Last question here. Big announcement on all the artists, singers coming into Activision, wanting to be part of the gaming community. What is the reasoning behind here, and how do you think that that's going to increase your model?
So we're at this point where video games are now becoming true mainstream forms of entertainment. Whether it's the physical interface, what they're doing at Microsoft, or what we do with Guitar Hero, the social networking, the social interaction, these things are really driving the mass market adoption of video games. The last thing that we really need to do is get music integrated into these experiences and high production value. And we have the greatest artists working on our products today.
Bobby Kotick, CEO of Activision. Thank you so much, Bobby. We appreciate it.